Hello, this is Richard Keene here. So I'm going to try to expand on one of the topics I've talked about in one of my prior videos. And one of the folks that was listening had just asked for a little clarification, so I thought I'd make a video on this. And it's about emotions and not getting into labeling emotions good or bad, that you're human and just allow them to be your emotions, okay? So, when you have an emotional reaction to something that's occurring and you are labeling what is happening as good or bad, a lot of energy is going into that labeling. So let's say I lose my job at work, or I don't get the raise that I wanted to get, okay? Or whatever it is, okay? So something happens in life and it feels not good. It feels bad, okay? So first of all, if you're thinking, oh, I need to just be positive, I need to just be positive. I'm going to be positive. People talk about positivity. Okay, so now you're in a quandary because something's happened that doesn't feel good. Okay, but you've made this, let's say you've decided you've made this decision. I'm going to be positive in life. Okay, so now you're stuck. Or you're like, how do I get positive about this when I'm feeling not good about what's happening? Okay. So when you make your feelings good or wrong, good or bad, you're putting yourself in a really, really difficult spot when bad things happen, and you're not allowing yourself to be human, to not, about what's happening. Like, oh, this feels like, garbage. I'm not happy about this at all. Okay, so when you make that wrong, oh, I'm supposed to be positive. I'm just you're putting yourself in a box and you're making it impossible. Okay. What I'm saying is any emotional reaction or any emotional feeling that you're having to anything that's occurring, that we don't get into making it right or wrong. You're human. You're having that emotional reaction to what is occurring, and don't start labeling it, right or wrong, good or bad. Okay, you're just human. It's an emotion. Okay, so getting into allowing that, and that's your reactive part of you that is reacting to what's occurring. That's the survival mind trying to survive life and is reacting to what is occurring. That's your survival mind. That's your lizard mind, your reptilian mind that is reacting, okay? And we don't make it wrong. So we observe that and observe, wow, there's part of this that's in struggle. There's a part of me, my survival mind, that's struggling with what is occurring, and I observe it. So there's a part of me that's observing that my reactive mind is in distress and is struggling with this, and I don't make my feelings wrong. Well, what I want to know and get more familiar with is this observational part that's observing me in struggle, observing me possibly being in pain or emotional difficulty. And I'm not making this situation right or wrong, and I'm not making the feelings, right or wrong, when I'm in struggle and I'm having emotional difficulty. So I want to be familiar that there's a part of me that can observe. And that part of me, like if you read like the book The Untethered Soul, which I highly, highly recommend, so there's like the seat of witnessing, that's witnessing your own internal struggle, okay? And that part doesn't label things right or wrong. It just sees it, okay? And that part has a ton of wisdom, a ton of power, a ton of clarity, okay? And as you use that part more and more, and you exercise this like a muscle, and as you exercise this as a muscle, you're standing more in the more power-oriented or power-capable part of yourself. You're removing your control that's occurring in your life from all your reactive emotions, and you're getting to a much more powerful core part of yourself that is infinitely more effective, infinitely more calm, infinitely is of infinite value to help you. And then as you use this as a muscle more and more, you get more calm in your life, you get more centered, and you're not making your feelings right or wrong. They're just feelings. And those are feelings of the survival mind that's having an animal type reaction to what's happening in your external world. Okay, so we want the seat of witnessing, or you can call it the seat of the soul, or your soul, as a coaching container to be there to support you as the emotional part of you goes through whatever difficulty that's happening. So we're not labeling feelings right or wrong, because that's labeling you as right or wrong. That's going against yourself, which creates a lot of confusion. It's like, how do I do this? How do I do life? Well, if I'm labeling my feelings right or wrong, I'm labeling myself as right or wrong. That's really going to hurt my situation, drain my power, make me very confused. How do I do life? Well, every time I'm labeling myself right or wrong, I'm making life very confusing. I want to be able to observe those feelings, not make them right or wrong, and I observe them from, again, what's called like the seat of witnessing, the seat of the soul, or your soul observing, the emotional reactive part of you in struggle. Okay, so it's all an inner game. You hear people talk about that. This is the inner game. And when you master this, okay, this is self-mastery. So when you master this and you make this a muscle that you're using and working out on, things get way calmer. Your anxiety drops a lot, okay? Depression and confusion starts to go away, okay? And life gets more simple. Your ability to create a better life goes up dramatically. So I hope this helps. Any questions, let me know. Send me a comment or contact me, okay? And again, I hope this helps. This took me a while to learn this. I didn't learn it overnight. Okay, thank you.